T-shirts. They're the most common piece of clothing on Earth, found in every nation, culture, closet, and climate. From fast fashion to high fashion, from vintage racks to streetwear drops, the T-shirt has survived every trend, era, and wardrobe shift imaginable. But behind this everyday essential is a process that's anything but ordinary. Because to mass-produce T-shirts at scale, to make tens of thousands a day in perfect shapes, sizes, and colors, takes far more than fabric and thread. It takes chemistry, machines, logistics, and a level of precision that most people never see. So today, we're pulling back the curtain on the entire process, from raw thread to printed tag. This is how T-shirts are really made. It all begins with cotton, not fabric, raw, harvested cotton from giant fields in India, the United States, China, and other top producers. This cotton is picked, packed, and sent to facilities where the real journey begins. The first step is ginning. That's where the cotton is cleaned, where machines separate the soft, valuable fibers from the seeds, stems, and leaves. It's loud, dusty, and industrial. The result is a clean mass of fiber called lint, which is then compressed into huge bales. Each cotton bale weighs around 500 pounds, and that one bale alone can make more than 1,000 T-shirts. It's hard to imagine that something so soft starts off as something so raw and rugged. Next stop, spinning mills. Here, the cotton lint is sent through opening machines that fluff and loosen the fibers again. Then, it moves into carding, a process that aligns all the fibers into thin sheets. These sheets are condensed into soft ropes called slivers, which are stretched and spun into yarn. This is where cotton becomes thread. Factories can spin this yarn in two different ways. Ring spinning, which is slower but produces softer, stronger, more luxurious yarn. And open-end spinning, which is faster and cheaper and more commonly used in basic or budget T-shirts. Ring-spun cotton results in a tighter, smoother, and more durable fabric. You'll feel the difference instantly when you touch it. Once spun, the yarn is wound onto cones or beams and moved to the knitting department. Unlike woven materials, most T-shirts are made from knit fabric. The difference is in the structure. Woven fabric is stiff, but knit fabric is stretchy, soft, and flexible, ideal for everyday movement and comfort. Massive circular knitting machines loop the yarn into long, continuous tubes of jersey fabric. These machines operate non-stop, feeding in yarn from above and producing a consistent, even textile that's soft but sturdy. The tubes of fabric are then sliced open and laid flat into rolls, sometimes hundreds of meters long. At this stage, the fabric isn't dyed yet. It's raw, slightly off-white, and still contains oils, waxes, and natural residues from the cotton itself. That brings us to the next phase, pre-treatment. Before any coloring or cutting can happen, the fabric must be scoured, washed with mild chemicals and water to remove any impurities. This improves dye absorption, prevents blotchiness, and softens the material. It's then bleached depending on the desired color or finish. For example, if the shirts are meant to be bright white or pastel, bleaching is essential. Now the fabric is ready for dyeing. Coloring fabric at scale is a high-tech operation. Huge dyeing machines fill with heated water and liquid dye solutions. Rolls of fabric are soaked, rotated, squeezed, and flushed over and over again until the color is rich and completely uniform. Every variable, temperature, dye time, pH level, is tightly controlled. Even a small error can result in streaks, faded areas, or dye that doesn't hold after washing. Once dyed, the fabric is dried using massive rollers that smooth it out, stabilize its shape, and ensure it stays soft to the touch. And now, the real transformation begins. The dyed fabric is sent to the cutting room, where it's turned from one giant sheet into thousands of precise shapes. First, Fabric layers are stacked one on top of another, sometimes 100 layers thick. Then, a computer-guided blade slices through the stack with exact measurements. Front panels, back panels, sleeves, collars. Every piece of the t-shirt is cut right here. It's a little like cookie cutting at industrial scale, except the cookie dough is fabric, and every cut must be perfect. These pieces are bundled into organized stacks and delivered to sewing lines. This is where the t-shirt truly starts to take shape. Each operator along the sewing line has a job. One attaches the shoulder seams, another stitches in the sleeves. Next comes the collar, which is usually made from ribbed knit, stretchier than the body fabric, so it keeps its shape without feeling tight. The side seams are stitched. The hem is folded and sewn. Double stitching is often used at the sleeves and bottom to prevent unraveling and to add strength. This process is fast, repetitive, and highly skilled. It takes seconds to sew a seam, but it takes years to master the rhythm, speed, and precision needed to do it all day long. After sewing, the shirts are trimmed. Any loose threads or fabric remnants are clipped and cleaned. And now, the shirt is nearly complete. What's left? Labeling. Each shirt needs information: size, fabric content, care instructions, and the country where it was made. This can be done in two ways: printed labels, which are heat transferred directly onto the inside of the shirt, or woven tags, which are sewn into the neckline or side seam. Many brands now prefer printed labels. They're smoother, more comfortable, and eliminate that annoying scratchiness that some people can't stand. Once labeled, the shirts undergo quality control. Every batch is inspected. Operators check for crooked seams, off-color stitching, holes, skipped hems, or size inconsistencies. Some factories even do tension tests, where a machine stretches the shirt repeatedly to check for durability. Any shirt that fails is pulled, repaired, or recycled back into fabric form. And finally, folding and packaging. Some shirts are folded by hand using cardboard templates for consistency. Others go through high-speed folding machines that crease, compress, and stack each shirt perfectly. They're then bagged, tagged, bundled, and boxed, ready to ship. From here, the shirts are sent to distribution centers, printing shops, wholesalers, or directly to customers. Some will get logos screen printed onto them. Others will stay plain. Some will be worn once. Others will live in closets for years. But they all came from the same long journey, a journey of machinery, chemistry, craftsmanship, and coordination. The next time you pull a t-shirt over your head, whether it cost $5 or $50, remember this: that shirt began as raw cotton in a field. It was cleaned, spun, dyed, shaped, sewn, labeled, inspected, and packed. It passed through machines you've never seen, and hands you'll never meet. And now, it's yours. Simple? Yes. But also extraordinary. This is Process Uncovered, where we reveal how the ordinary is anything but. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe now. We're just getting started. More hidden processes, more everyday mysteries, and more behind-the-scenes craftsmanship is on the way. Drop a comment and tell us what product you want us to explore next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next process.